it kind of looked like it was one of those nights where it's like, none of these games are super great, but I want to watch anyway. It turned into a great night of individual performances, so that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Darius Garland had the season high in points. I believe it was 51
Yep.
for like an hour. And then
Yeah.
Joel Embiid said, "No, I'm going to go ahead and drop what was it, 59 on the night."
59.
My
Yep.
goodness. That's just ridiculous. And in fact, it was, around the NBA we saw centers in general just go crazy. Anthony Davis at 37 and 18. You had 14 assists for Nikola Jokic. He said, "No problem. We've got this Bulls team, so I'm just going to pass to everybody and rack up the assists." But I mean, Joel Embiid, holy moly. Now, a lot of it was done at the free throw line, 20 of 24 from the free throw line, but still 59 points, 11
Yeah.
rebounds, 8 assists, and 7 blocks. Like that, that's unreal.
Yeah.
Especially he had
No one's ever
59
done it
points.
before. Yeah.
Okay, so nobody's ever had that
No
stat line
one's ever
before.
had that. No one's ever had I believe it was I don't know if it's specifically 11 rebounds, but I think it was 50, 10, 8 assists and 7 blocks in the same game. It's the first time it's ever been done in
Unbelievable.
NBA history. A lot of people are, well, we went 20 for 24 from the free throw line. Okay, take those away. Take all of them away. Okay, so 39, 11, 8, and 7 blocks. That's still an
That's,
unreal game,
and
even if you took those away.
what's even more impressive is like it's not like he just got hot from behind the arc. And
No.
because sometimes a guy will just get hot from behind the
Yep.
3-point line and they're like, 7 for 9 from 3 or something, and then that suddenly you've got those points added up and that starts to matter. No, he only hit 1 3 on the night.
Yeah.
I mean, that's absolutely absurd. This
Yep.
stat line for him now is against the Utah Jazz, who don't have a whole lot of interior presence there. But I mean, the 76ers only put up 105 points. He had more than half of his team's
Yeah.
points.
Yep.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he was hitting everything. He was hitting short mid rangers. He was hitting turnarounds and fallaways. He was getting downhill and going to the basket. He had a bunch of off balance like runners when he'd get fouled. I watched the entirety of this game. The 24 free throw attempts. Yeah, he flopped his way into probably about 6 free throws,
Mhm.
but that's still 18 very legitimate ones.
Yeah.
The Jazz, as you said, they were just overpowered. They didn't have anything that they could do. This was in a different way, but it was kind of like watching Prime Shaq. One was like, all right, we have nothing else we can do but to foul him. And
Right.
that's like your only hope. He scored, I don't know if you've seen this. He scored 26 of the 76ers 27 fourth quarter points. All but 1 point in the fourth quarter was Embiid. And they threw every imaginable defensive look at him until it was like they kind of, I think maybe Will Hardy, his Celtics experience played in a little bit with like, all right, let's just hope now we're going to defend him one-on-one and hope he's too tired to continue to make shots
Right.
but he wasn't. He just kept knocking him down in play after play. 5 of his 7 blocks came in the fourth quarter. And this was a close game. They needed all of it. Every one of the points they needed, all those blocks. The Jazz were right there with them all the way to the end. I mean,
It
this
was
was
tied heading into the fourth.
yeah, it was tied with about 2.5 minutes or so to go in the game. I mean, they needed all of his effort on both ends of the floor. This was watching it live, one of the most dominating two-way performances I can ever remember watching in my life. That's how good he was. He was just, I mean, obviously unstoppable offensively, but the 5 blocks in the fourth quarter, multiple where he did clean up for teammates, and it was like Colin Sexton on one of them. The Sixers blew a pick and roll coverage. Sexton split the defense, went right down to the rim, and Embiid just came all the way from the other side where I think it was Kelly Olynyk had him like spaced out to the corner, and Embiid just left Olynyk and just stuffed it right off the glass, completely pinned it. I mean, it was. I don't want to go too crazy, but this was one of the best games I've ever seen anybody play. And I mean, and I'm going all the way back to I watched MJ drop 63 on the
Yeah.
Celtics in the playoffs live.
I think this blows my mind nearly as much as all these other stats. I mean, this is all incredible. But so Joel Embiid made 19 shots on the
Yep.
night. His team in total made 40.
Yep.
So 21 shots were made by not Joel Embiid, and he got 8 assists. How
Yep.
is that possible? How do
Yeah.
you get 8? How do you get, and not only do you score 59 points, but you have an assist on nearly half of your team's made baskets
Yep.
like that. Like a huge scoring game is crazy. A big rebounding game is crazy. A big shot blocking game. But to add that in, that you got an assist on 8 out of 21 made baskets, you got an assist on, like, that would be absurd for even the top level point guards in the NBA.
No, absolutely. And I'll give you two more. He had 5 turnovers, none in the second half. He didn't have a single turnover in the second half. And the last one is too. I was hoping that this would go to overtime, just because I was like, I want to see if he can get a quadruple double, because
Yeah.
I think he would have come pretty close. I mean, he was a few blocks away, and he only needed 2 more assists. But it was funny, by the end, Tyrese Maxey even said post game, yeah, Doc was calling for pick and rolls, and I was like, why? Let's just give it to Embiid. So I mean, it really was. It was a special night.